The Blackpool Pleasure Beach Guide.co.uk. The UK's favourite dedicated enthusiast site to Pleasure Beach Blackpool.
And he's with us now because that's where he's been this weekend. Morning, Cole.
Morning, Jim. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you after a weekend in Blackpool?
I'm pretty good. I've recovered now, so that's all good.
Tell us what you were doing.
Right, well, basically, the last couple of months, I'm part of the roller coaster community on the internet.
Yes.
And over the last couple of months, they basically organised a trip to do 1 hour on the Pepsi Max big one in Blackpool.
A whole hour non-stop?
A whole hour non-stop.
How long does it usually take?
Well, with the climb up to the top and everything, about 2 minutes.
Yes.
And with all the safety checks and what have you, we actually got in 16 rides on it.
16 rides?
16 times round, yeah.
You see, once is enough for a lot of people. So, what was it like?
Absolutely amazing. The great thing about it was every different seat I sat in on it was completely different.
Oh, yeah?
Like, if you sat at the back, it was completely different to the front, and if you sat on the left of the train, it was completely different to the right. And, yeah, it was a really, really good experience.
No, it never occurred to me. That I just thought, if you're sitting on the roller coaster, it goes round. That's what it's like. It never occurred to me that sitting in different parts of the carriage would feel at all different.
Yeah, if you what you tend to find on most ones, if you sit at the back, you tend to get pulled.
Yeah.
Which is completely different to the front, where you get pushed down. It's quite a different feeling.
So different sensations operating on your body as you go around.
Completely.
So and doesn't the shine? You went around it 16 times, but after like journey 8 or 9, were you not starting to think, yeah, okay, I've done this now?
No, because I mean, before going, I thought what would happen was, about 4 or 5 times I'll get bored.
Yes.
But with changing seats every time, it didn't get boring. And I mean, I was with a good bunch of mates as well.
Yeah. And
tended to find that we'd be having a natter as we went round. And I mean, there was a huge feeling of smugness as well, because there's one point of the ride which goes all the way up to the entrance, and there were people queuing outside that hadn't been let in at that point. And sort of, as we were going around that, you'd just hear this almighty cheer down on the people below, as if to say, we're on this, and you're not.
Tell me a bit more. I mean, interesting phrase, roller coaster community. Tell me a bit more about the roller coaster community.
Right. Well, there's several different ones all over the internet. The most public one is the Roller Coaster Club of Great Britain.
Yeah.
I'm not actually a member of that one. I'm a member of several different forums, and what you tend to find is they're a little less geeky towards their approach to things. Mm-hmm. It's more about the social aspect of things rather than knowing how the rides work, and we just go on just for the sheer adrenaline of everything.
Yeah.
The main one I'm on is called the Blackpool Pleasure Beach Guide, but you tend to find there's ones for each park.
Yeah.
So there's
And so there are some people presumably who are going all over the country checking out their favourite roller coasters, and you go and catch up with them from time to time? Pretty
much, yeah. I mean, most weekends you tend to find there's people somewhere. I generally go about twice a month at the most, because it's all I've got time to do.
Yeah.
But generally you find there's people going week in, week out, and some of them are going, all over the world.
Is the one at Blackpool, the big one at Blackpool, is that like the zenith of the achievement then? That's the one that everyone wants to go on, or are there others that you've not yet ticked off the list that you want?
In this country, it's probably one of the best, and to do an hour on it, it's absolutely remarkable, really. Yeah. But I mean, throughout the world, there's ones that better it and what have you. So in time, obviously, I want to get onto those.
You don't get sick at all on this kind of thing. Did anybody spending an hour on the big one in Blackpool? Did anybody feel the worse for wear?
Well, I think the biggest problem was a group of about 4 or 5 of them. They're all regulars, and they decided to go out the night before. And
that's not clever.
Apparently they went to bed about 4:30 in the morning with 2 bottles of champagne.
Oh dear.
And let's just say they were a bit worse for wear.
Oh, you wouldn't. Honestly, I wouldn't want to go down in the lift, let alone go on a roller coaster. Carl, I'm glad you had a good time. Thank you so much for telling us about it.
No problem.
And if you go on any of the other big ones, do let us know about that as well, won't you?
Will do.
Cheers, Carl. Thanks for that. Thanks.
See you soon. Bye.